Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Shri Gauranitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai.
Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. श्री नरसिंह भगवान की, प्रहलाद महाराज की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंद।
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजगाचार्य स्तोत्र शत श्रीमद् डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजगाचार्य स्तोत्र शत श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। आनंद कोटि वैष्णवन की जय। नमाचार्य ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम सिखो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद की गोवर्धन की। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। द्वारका धाम की जय। नवदिक धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। यमुना माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। समवेद भक्त बंद की जय। निताई गौ प्रेमानंदे हरि। All glories to assembly origin. All glories to assembly origin. All glories to assembly origin. All glories go to Shri Guru and Gauranga. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्वशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिस्तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna. Welcome everybody to today's program. I see some new faces, so thank you for coming. And we'll start with the remainder of the program. So you can all take your seats, and we'll start with the class in a moment. So there's a adults class right here, and people could hand out the Bhagavad Gita. So there's this is the Bhagavad Gita as it is. So someone can pick up some copies from the back, and some can go to the this side, and some can go to this side. All right. So as we distribute the Bhagavad Gitas, the children can go downstairs for their class. So we'll go from now until about 6:15 with a class on the Bhagavad Gita. So the class will be on chapter 3, verses 22 to 24. All right. So without any further ado, I'd like to just introduce you to our speaker. I'll ask Tusiman Prabhu, please come to the front and do the class. So Prabhu will be giving the class today, and he's a disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And the class will run until about 6:15. After the class, we'll be having the kirtan, which is singing and dancing, and then we'll have prasadam after that. So the program will end at 7. And thank you, people that have come for the first time. Thank you for coming. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask us at the end of the class. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Kunja Vihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradari. Vallabha Givaradari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradari. Vallabha Givaradari. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone who's coming for the first time. We welcome you here. Please come again and experience the holy name of Krishna. Krishna Consciousness is our organization, Iskcon, and we hope you would keep coming again over and over and improve your life. So we'll start with the program now. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gana Jana Sulakaya Chaksuram Militayam Nena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sapitam Yena Bhula Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Utpada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Syam Shri Rupam Sagrudata Sagurudat Vitam Tam Samdrivam Sadvedam Savadutam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya De Shri Radha Krishna Padan Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitam Sam Shri Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Vadi Vindavadishware Bhanu Sati Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatruvasya Kripa Sindhu Bhivata Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakti Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, everyone. So we'll thank you for coming again this evening. I know it's a very cold evening, and braving that you have come here, you are very blessed by Lord, and He is very merciful. Even any attempt we make in our life for Krishna consciousness, He is very, very dear to us, and His devotees are very dear to Him. So we're going to verse we are doing today is chapter 3 and verse 22. So the process here is that we want Matajis and Prabhus to participate, and only way participation is by reading and chanting. So we have a program where Matajis will start, read the verse, Prabhus will respond by reading the translation. So we'll start with the verse 22. And okay. So I hope you can hear me clearly at the back, because my voice is very low today. So if you can, just raise your hand. I'll try and speak louder. So we'll start with the verse 22, and we'll ask Matajis to read, anybody who is prepared, volunteering to read, because it's nice to read about Krishna. So you're blessed when you even just read or hear about Krishna. So anyone can start who has 32. Purport.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead is described in the Vedic literature as follows. The Supreme Lord is the control of all other controllers, and He is the is a bodily form like that and ordinary living in it. There is no difference between his body and his soul. He is absolute. All his senses are transcendental. Any one of his senses can perform the action of any other sense. Therefore, no one is greater than him or equal to him. His potencies are multifarious, and thus his deeds are automatically performed as a natural sequences. Since everything is in full opulence in the personality of Godhead and is existing in full truth, there is no duty for the Supreme Personality of Godhead to perform. One who must receive the result of work has some designated duty, but one who has nothing to achieve within the three planetary system certainly has no duty. And yet Lord Krishna is engaged on the battlefield of Kurukshetra as the leader of Kshatriyas, because the Kshatriyas are duty bound to give protection to the distressed. Although he is above all the regulations of the revealed scriptures, he does not do anything that violates the revealed scriptures.
Thank you, Mataji. Well, a lot of things are said about Krishna in here. First of all, he's the most worshipable. And as we go along the different verses, you will see why he is worshipped more than anyone else, and what is so important to understand in this verse, that the Lord so like all there are three worlds in our system of the universe, and he is worshipped at all these three different designation places. And everything what is in this universe is controlled by him. Sometimes many of the people don't understand, those who have not understood Bhagavad Gita or read Bhagavad Gita. It is very, very important to understand why he is worshipped all over the three planetary systems, and what is the reason why it's so worshipable. Because Krishna himself is free from all the material activities. That's why he creates all these universes, but he leaves them themselves to be controlled by the designated designing deities to run those planets, just like Indraloka was run by Indra. Similarly, different places are run by different deities in charge, and these are all sent by Krishna to take care of these universes. Because without his designated places, it will be very difficult for even the residing deity to function properly. So they all granted the power within by Krishna, so they can take care of the world, the planet they are working on. And he's talking here again about three planetary systems. I don't know if if anyone knows about three planetary systems. Three planetary systems, they are the upper topmost universes, the middle, and the lower. So they are decided in three stages. We are in the middle planetary system, and each planetary system has its own designated deity, which takes care of the planet they are in. And this is very important to understand, because we are all controlled by our senses. That is our biggest problem in this world. We are absolutely all controlled by our senses, and therefore I find it very difficult to break our habits. And the only way we can do is by approaching Krishna or thinking or remembering Krishna. Because all, even from topmost to the bottommost universes, are all regulated by the activities, means the material activities. And therefore, it's very hard for them or for us to get out of this cycle. And Krishna says, the only way you can do it is coming to me. And then it talks about Krishna also. He's not an ordinary living being, just like, or he has a body, he has everything, but he's everything different in him. Why is different? What is the difference? That whatever we do, we can only do so much with our personal senses and the activities of the sense. So we can, if we eat prasadam, we need to use our hands, even use our mouth. But Krishna, by just looking at that, he can use, just using his eyes, he can eat the prasadam offered. So similarly, like our senses work in that way, that we can only do one thing at a time. Unlike Krishna can do absolutely anything, or subsequently everything with different senses and different organs. It talks about here, so therefore he says here that so Krishna does not need anything from us, which generally we need from Krishna, but he is not in need of anything because he is the proprietor of all the planetary systems and all the living beings within those planetary systems. So it is that important point to understand. A lot of people don't understand that some of the deities, how they are under the control of Krishna. And then when Krishna came to participate in this when he came to participate in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Krishna defeated most of them, and he had a plan to get rid of certain gets rid of some of the demoniac persons from this planet. Because without him being here, the war of Kurukshetra would be very different. But he had come purposely to destroy the unwanted demons within the planetary system, whereby he could get rid of them and instill law and order. Just like we have in our countries, different countries run differently, they have their law and order system which everybody has to follow. So similarly, we have to follow law and order of Krishna. And Krishna established that after the Kurukshetra war, that by understanding, he gave us the real purpose of life and what we should be doing to get out of this material world. And so, and during Battle of Kurukshetra, there were also a lot of demons, and Krishna got rid of them one by one. Even at a very young age, he went through many difficulties. Therefore, it was important that he established that nobody violates. He established a system whereby nobody violates the injunction in the revealed scripture. So Krishna therefore came to this universe to give us that understanding, and whereby we could improve our lives. So that's the first part of the verse 22. Then we go back on to verse 23, and he asks, Prabhus want to read the verse 23. Anyone? Okay. Gupta ji? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. So Krishna, he is again demonstrating that yes, he is, everything is under him. But when he came to this material world and went through all this thing, he set up a system. And everybody had to follow that system, whereby if you did not, then you are creating offenses. Just like we create any offense while driving or doing something, you are caught and punished for whatever activity you have performed is not in accordance with the law. So similarly here, Krishna does the same thing. But he also made ensure that he himself followed those instructions. It's just like the parliament going to change a law, and there is no coordination of everyone who is in the court, the judiciary system, to follow those instructions, then has no meaning. So similarly, Krishna has established these laws whereby if we do not follow those laws, we can be punished accordingly for the activities we have performed against them. So therefore, he's giving us the understanding that if everybody follows the law, then you have law and order. Where people will be more peaceful. But unfortunately, sometimes we get some elements who come and upset everything because they don't want to follow law and order. They want to follow their law and order. But this is the Krishna's planet, so you have to follow what he established, not what you want. So that way, it is important to know that we have to follow our religious practices whereby we can continue following instructions of Krishna. Because if we are not in a to accept Krishna, then you will be punished accordingly. And also, so therefore it is important that we follow the footsteps of Krishna and whatever he has established for us to live peacefully. And we perform our activities at home, spiritual activities, once we get to understand Krishna, what we should do. And he himself, when he was here, performed these activities at home, like that was established by him. So it is very important that we realize what Krishna said for us, but he himself, he just like we have a leader in society or a country, but he does not follow his own law and order, then the whole country will be upset. There will be a lot of issues within the living entities. If he does not follow rules and regulations. So there are many corrupt leaders in this today's modern world. We are going through a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, agitation. All these things happening because we are not secure in our world, because of certain elements who want not to follow what Krishna has said as rules and regulations for common men. And if we don't do that, then there sure will be issues within our world. How to overcome these things is just by following Krishna's order, law and order. So similarly, constantly Krishna gives us that indication that how we should conduct our life, and this will eventually bear on what fruits we get from our activities. So we'll move on to the next verse. Anybody? Yeah.
One should simply follow these Their instructions are all good for us. Any intelligent person will follow them as instructed. However, one should rather take time to imitate their actions. One should not try to drink the ocean of poison in imitation of God's Shiva. We should always consider the position of each form, those who can actually control, and use them as the sun and moon to succeed. Without such power, one cannot imitate Ishvara, who are super powerful. Lord Shiva's life poison to the extent of swallowing the ocean. But if any common man tries to drink even a fragment of such poison, he will fall. There are many similar devotees of Lord Shiva, amongst whom Rao and Jyoti Ranga and Rana and similar complicated results. Forgetting that by so imitating acts of Lord Shiva, they have fallen death very much. Similarly, there are some pseudo devotees of Lord Krishna who prefer to imitate the Lord in his Rasa Leela and dance of love, forgetting their inability to live one with another. It is best therefore if one not try to imitate the powerful, but simply follow their instructions. Nor should one try to occupy their post without qualification. There are so many incarnations of God without the power of the Supreme One. Hare Krishna.
So again, in this verse, establishes again how we should conduct ourselves and what Krishna's desire is from us as devotees. We should fulfill our personal desire in material things, but with Krishna in mind, we will be able to be successful. And example is given here again that if you don't follow the instructions of Krishna, we will be in trouble. And these examples are given. Sometimes there are certain people who want to act like Krishna, and that is, or they want to act like the powerful deities in other planetary systems. And example is given of here given of Lord Shiva. And if you want to be powerful like Shiva, sometimes people think, if he did, I can manage, I can do that same thing. But it is not possible. Because, like, example here given is Lord Shiva drank the poison, and like the amount of poison swallowed was like an ocean. But if we try to drink even a drop of poison, we will be killed. So in the same way, there are certain activities which were performed by the Lord. Example is given is when many want to copy what Krishna did in his Rasa Leela. And so everybody wants to do Rasa Leela dance, but that's not possible because we are not qualified or we don't have the ability. Example is given here about trying to lift Govardhan hill. So if you want to do Rasa Leela, you cannot compare yourself with Krishna, because Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill, which any the powerful deity will not be able to do that, because Krishna is beyond understanding of strength, and his activities not possible for us to perform, because we are very simply straight human beings, do not have that power. we do not have the power and ability to do that. And for this you need mercy of the Lord to do things which we do in our material world. We are always looking for blessing from Krishna to assist, help us in our endeavors in this material world. So from time to time Krishna comes to give us an understanding, and if we follow what he asks us to do, then we should be not in this difficult situation that is we are undergoing at the moment. So our only hope is remembering Krishna, doing the activities of Krishna has asked us to do. Then we'll be in a situation where we'll be tranquil, and our whole understanding should be to get out of this material world. To get out of this material world and this material universe. Because there are those three levels all have the same issues. But when you go to higher planetary systems, yes, the activities are different, but it's same as the material activities we do here. But in a more they do activities similarly like what we do here, but they are the thought process, the activities, their living conditions and everything is different from our conditions in this material world. The lower planetary system is the same thing. They have activities which are of a lower grade, and these activities are not also in line with Krishna consciousness. So whether you are in upper planetary system, whether you're in the middle planetary system or lower planetary system, the activities are always the same, but just have the time frame that is giving in the time frame we live longer in this. I mean, the demigods live longer than us. They have all the facilities they want, more like living in a posh place. But we cannot get the same thing because we are not designated in this planet to enjoy those things. And even if we do have those facilities, we move on to the upper planetary systems. Is the same thing. Your lifespan is longer, your lifespan is longer, your facilities are different. So it is important that we get out of this cycle of birth and death. And the only way you can get out of the cycle of birth and death is trying to understand Krishna, simplify your life, and when you do that, your realization comes, Krishna gives you that strength to understand what is the true meaning of our life in this universe. And the true meaning of life in this universe is to be Krishna conscious. Unfortunately, we do not follow those, and our lifespan is also our lifespan also is decreased by coming to this material world, because everything is in a chaotic situation, and it is important to understand, to get out of this chaotic situation, our only solace is to follow Krishna consciousness, to have a guru who can guide you and take you to Krishna. And therefore, it is important that we realize this. Unfortunately, many of these institutions in today's modern world do not give you that impetus to expand yourself and understanding and growing in this spiritual life. Because we do not follow rules and regulations, therefore we are in a condition like this. And our only hope is finding a guru who can take you. Guru is like a boatman crossing an ocean or a river. You need a boatman who is experienced. If he's not, he cannot save you. And this is our situation in this world today also, that we don't have that desire. We think this is the true life, what we are living here, but that is not the case. So we need a boatman and instructor to give us guidance, whereby by their mercy we can come to that stage of living this world and going away from this cycle of birth and death. And therefore, it is emphasized many times that that every aspect of our spiritual life, you need a guru. And guru is more like a teacher which gives you guidance into scriptures. Just like if you want to be professional in any field of activities in this world, you have to have somebody to guide you and take you to this, make you to understand the activities you are performing, to be master in that field. And to be the master in the field, you need a guru. And this, the understanding that has been given in Bhagavad Gita and by Krishna, that fundamentally it's important that you find a guru and make your life in such a way that Krishna will give you that blessing and take you to Goloka Vrindavan. And to go to Goloka Vrindavan is easy, and the other ways is not easy, depending what you do in your life. If you do not do the activities that are favorable to spiritual life and cleansing yourself from these material activities, then is a possibility that you can go to Krishna. But if you don't, then we'll keep going in a cycle of birth and death, and our lives will be up and down. And each time we come here, we'll do the same thing in a different way, depending on what karmas you accumulate. And that unfortunately is our situation. So being like this in a congregation of devotees, it is an important factor in our life that brings you to this kind of spiritual activities. By associating with each other, we learn from each other and improve our lifestyle. And then when we come to the stage of understanding that, then our life will be not mundane, but has a course which will give you that sense of pleasure and tranquility. Because tranquility is a very important word today. mainly because our lives are very so upside down. Any person you talk to, he may look great in whatever he's doing, but internally he's not at peace. And he's not at peace because he's not purified from the material attachment. And only the way we can get out of this material world is let going of our senses and performing activities where we'll take you away from this material existence. So, is it okay? Stop. Okay, I'll stop at this, and if you have anybody has any comments or questions, please do so. Yes, Prabhuji.
So, Prabhuji, talking about the point that you mentioned about the leaders. So these days we see like people, like the top leaders, they are too engrossed into the materialistic life. So that's one thing. The other thing is, when people they see around, most of the people they are again materialistic, then what is the scope of having a guru? Because they don't understand the importance of having a guru in their life. So for our understanding, if you maybe can speak something about having a guru, why it is important and why we should have it in this life, not to wait for the next life.
Very good question. A lot of people don't understand what guru. Guru is a very subjective terminology used. Yes, it's more like a teacher. And you see in many institutions go that they do not have the understanding what a guru is. Sometimes it becomes a show. Oh, I have a guru. And that's many people do that. It becomes a fashion now to have a guru. And why then everybody, oh, it's just like being in a club. Specific clubs you go to, they have a speciality of bragging how good the organization is and how progressive they are in their field. But what field are you in? Everything what you do or a guru takes you to, he himself has fallen down because he doesn't have the right direction, where to take you. People will take you just as I gave you earlier the example of a boatman taking you across the river. If he is not qualified to row the boat, how are you going to survive? So similarly, that is our situation in today's modern world, whereby we are engrossed in those things and we pick the wrong gurus. If you pick a guru, you should investigate a guru also. It's both ways. It's not just because somebody says, I want you to be my guru. No. It's important for guru to first even find out about your activities and how interested or involved you are in understanding the process of spiritual life. Then only you'll have a better guru and understanding, and you'll be successful. So similarly, in any field of sports or knowledge, education, we need somebody who is thoroughly qualified in that field to direct you and take you to that field of professionalism. So similarly, in spiritual life also, we must have a guru. And you also should investigate whether the guru is genuine or is bona fide. Because there are many institutions, they're not. So it is just a letdown for people, and you get into more frustration and more so much in your personal life will be not fruitful. I hope I answered. Anybody else have a question? Yes, Prabhuji.
There's some new people here. Maybe you can just briefly explain why we focus on Krishna and how Krishna is different from Vishnu and Shiva. Maybe just a brief, because I think it's clarify that.
Yeah.
There might be a doubt in people's minds.
Yes. Well, in this verse we talked earlier, same thing talks about who is Krishna, who is Shiva, who is Lord Vishnu, and who is Lord Brahma. And then many deities, many demigods within the universe. About 33 million, I think so. Yeah. So there are so many demigods. So what to talk about ourselves? The demigods, they are all under control of Krishna. And they take care of the material aspects of the universe. Whereas Lord Shiva has a position, he is being directed by Krishna what to take care of. Similarly, Lord Brahma also is created to take care of the material world. And that is something people don't understand. They think that Lord Shiva is equally as the Lord, but not. Because each one has limited powers and resources which they are given. And therefore it is not possible for every Tom, Dick and Harry, as it's said, can do whatever they want. So similarly the demigods are participating in line with Krishna's desire and what he wants. And therefore similarly Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Lord Brahma was created by Krishna. He was given this position to take care of certain aspects of the universe. And Krishna clearly states in Bhagavad Gita and many scriptures that it is important for you to understand, because all these other demigods do not claim they are God, but we make them with our personal desires to achieve something from them, because they are easily available if you worship certain deities. But Krishna says, not necessary, you come to me, I'll give you everything, because this is all my creation. And that is what people don't understand. So we look for something very immediate and very quick. Then yes, there are shortcuts to things in your life. But when you take those shortcuts in your life, you will realize that you have landed in a wrong situation. Because shortcuts have different reactions too. If you're trying to do something, bypass a system, taking shortcuts, you land in trouble. So similarly, our life should be very important to understand what we should be doing and what our understanding should be. And what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita and all the Vedic scriptures also talk about Krishna as the Supreme Personality. And he specifically came in this Kali Yuga to give us that guidance, because Kali Yuga is very fallen time for the humanity, and only way Krishna has simplified in Kali Yuga to come down and make it easier to get out of this material world. So we are very fortunate that little Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, who carried this Harinam Kirtan, whereby we can chant and purify ourselves in a very simple way. But before it was not possible. You had to go through a lot of personal changes in your life because you have such a long lifespan, and you have to similarly perform so many activities to purify yourself. Where in Kali Yuga, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made it simple for us to go back to Godhead, because all the other material worlds, life is very difficult in different ways. But in the spiritual life, when you go to Vaikuntha or go to Krishna Loka, you never return back, and you have Krishna's association very easily. So that's the compile all these Vedic scriptures talk about Krishna as being the true personality of Godhead, and demigods are just subservient to Krishna. So I hope it answers your question. Anybody else? You want to call it off? Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you once again for coming. I'm sorry my voice is not projecting well, so I can speak very well. So, but if you have any questions, we have a lot of senior devotees here who can also clarify or make you understand what is the purpose and how you can get into spiritual life and become one of a better devotee or a better person in this universe. Okay, all right. So we'll end here. Thank you for coming again. Please keep coming here because we have some wonderful devotees who are also well versed than me, who can guide you in many ways to the personal life of devotional service. And if you take up a devotional service, then Krishna will bless us and take us back to Godhead. So we don't have to worry about all these activities that are going in this today's modern world, supposed. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's good. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jai. So we'll do kirtan for the next 15 minutes and they'll have prasadam. So we can encourage everyone to stand and we can dance as well. So if someone's here new for the first time, I'll just explain to you kirtan. So kirtan basically means we glorify the Lord through discussing his who he is through his holy name. That's the meaning of kirtan. So when you do it together, it becomes sankirtan. So as Prabhu was saying in the last part of his class, that in this age, the best way to get to the Lord is called kirtan. So this kirtan that we're doing is called the Mahamantra. It has 3 words. It's Hare, Krishna, and Rama. So you can repeat that. Say Krishna. We can ask everyone to please stop all conversations, Hari Bol, so we can focus our attention on Krishna. So everyone say Krishna, Hare, and Rama. So these 3 words, Krishna means the all-attractive. That means even if you don't get attracted to him, he'll attract you. That's the meaning of all-attractive. So even if you don't like Krishna, he will attract you. That's the meaning of all-attractive. Rama is the one that gives you pleasure through doing his glories, and Hare is the one that steals you back to Krishna. That's what's called Hara. Hara means Hariki. You know, that is, she steals you, and that's Radharani. So if you remember these three words, Hare, which is Radharani, who steals you to Krishna, Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality Godhead, and Rama, who is the one who gives you supreme pleasure, then you will understand the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Is that okay? Jai. So before we do the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we do the pranams. So Nama Om Vishnudaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vicharine Nirvishesha Shinyavadi Pashta Deshtarine. Hare Krishna. So we have 2 feet, and we can all stand and we can sway like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So we can do that. Now we can burn off some calories too. Okay? Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol, Sankirtan Yagya ki Jai, Shul Prabhat ki Jai. Now we can line up for Prasadam, and we'll do the Prasadam prayers.
Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmni Vishnave Salva Punya Vratanajan Vishwas Neva Jayate Sadhya Vidya Jal Johrinder Itaikal Jive Fide Visai Sagode Taramata Jvayati Lobo Maya Sadarmati Take jitina katina samsare. Krishna bhaya doyamai. Gauri bhaya jiva jai. Swaha prasad anadilo bhai. Sena mritapal. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Ganaga. Preme Diko Chaitanya Nitai. Mahaprashadam ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mahaprashadam ki jai.
Let's get a new one. This thing's toast now. Without the screws, no. This thing's still on.